What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the process of doing a lot more stuff solo, so I'm in the mode. I'm in the mode of trying to figure stuff out. So a lot of testing. Hopefully the audio is all good. We can get the production quality on point. Still figuring out how to set up streams and let everybody know ahead of time. But I figured, man, we got to do it. It is startup season. I hope everybody's doing good. It's 5 o'clock my time. Almost hit it right on the nuts. Had the day off, wasn't feeling good, but I got to get to the people, man. I got to get to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'll be running a 12-part series, if you can't tell. It's going to be the draft slot series. So we're going to be doing a lot of startups. I know you guys out there will be doing a lot of Dynasty startups. We got to fill that void, that niche, the damn urge to do something in the off season other than just talk about rookies, right? So we're gonna be doing a lot of startups. We gotta get out there, get more leagues. We gotta catch up to Scott Connor and his 7,000 leagues or whatever the hell he's up to now. So hope everybody's doing good. Let's go here. Oh man, just coming through the left channel. All right, we'll get that figured out. I'll get it figured out. Don't worry, DB. I got you, buddy. Let's see if I can fix it here real quick on the fly. Don't worry about me. This makes for great context. How about that? All right, switch that. Is that better? All right. So 101, as you could tell from the thumbnail, I really think there's only two options, and I'm sure most people agree. Everybody wants to down tier. I mean, every damn draft that we do, I saw Dr. B. Harris on here just said I was going to come on for 12 episodes straight and just tell everyone to trade down for their draft spot. Yeah, do that. But if you can't trade down, you can't get those picks, you can't get that kind of stuff going. So what are you going to do at the 101? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen? What's the chat think? Who do you like? Patty? I'm a Patty guy. I would say for me, and probably for Adam, I think we've had a conversation before, I think Patrick Mahomes has kind of separated himself from Josh Allen. Not that Josh Allen's bad or anything, but even if you look at Adigo's ADP, I know it's kind of spotty right now. I did force a manual update on my own, made my own copy, and looking at it, Patrick Mahomes, clear 101 over Josh Allen, which I think is fair to say. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes. That's what I would do if I take the first pick. Obviously, we love to trade back. You need 4 firsts worth of value. I mean, the best trade back you could possibly make would probably be to like the 104, 105. Still going to keep you in that tier of Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, like anybody in that tier of quarterback. You're still going to get them and get some extra assets on top. I'm cool with that. Like, say you can pick up an extra third-round startup pick, maybe an extra fourth or something along those lines. I would do that. If I'm going to trade back to, say, like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Lamar, all guys that I really like, maybe Deshaun Watson, if that's your flavor too, you want to put that in there, you can still get him. I definitely kind of want to get that third-round startup pick or better. Like, it's almost got to be in there. I don't think Mahomes for, let's say, Watson is like, I don't think you can just get a generic first. Like, I feel like market demands that you need more. So that's where I'm at with the 101. If I got to take it right now, I'm going Patrick Mahomes. I don't think there's too much question about it. Let's say this is a best ball league, though. So just talking from a lineup perspective, right, talking values on those guys, I think in a lineup, I definitely want like that crazy value, right? Where like, oh, I don't think anybody would do it. Well, good. If you don't do it, then you don't get Patrick Mahomes, man. That's how it is. In a best ball league, I'm definitely more open to taking, you want to give me your 4th round startup pick, your 5th round startup pick to go from your 110 to my 101. Cool, I'll do it because it's a best ball league. Like, I'm more comfortable in there. In a lineup league, start 9, start 10, start 11. There's just too damn much separating Patrick Mahomes from the rest of the field. I mean, he is ridiculously consistent, even in best ball scoring. For those of you in our Discord, I know we've talked about it a few times, but when I updated the Spike Weeks sheet on Patrick Mahomes for this year in 2022, if you guys want to go look at it, if you're in the tier to see it, You can pull it up, but I'll give you everybody else a little bit of freemium here. 17 weeks, he was a above average starter at the quarterback position. 17 weeks. He only played 17 games, folks. That's pretty good. So to be above average in a Superflex leagues, I just say that you have to be top 16 or better. And he hit that all 17 weeks. The weeks he didn't, the weeks that he hit spike weeks, so he was top 5 option at the position, was 13. So there's only 4 weeks in there, 4 weeks in there where he's not scoring you a top 5 finish or close to a top 5 finish or better. So I think that's pretty much the definition of elite. So I also rank them by score, right? I give you a 1.3 basically multiplier for hitting a spike week versus an above average week. So Patrick Mahomes came out to a score of 34. Next up, Josh Allen, 29. I mean, not bad, but 5 points is a big difference, right? If you look at Josh Allen, he's a 29. Jalen Hurts also had a phenomenal year. He's at a 28. And then Joe Shiesty right there at 24. So a lot closer between those three, really close. Patrick Mahomes just lapping the field. So that's the 101. That's where I want to pick if I'm going to make that pick. But that's just the first round, man. You're trying to build out a team. Those are your options. So that's just the first round. So let's just look at ADP-wise, what you could be looking at on the way back. So in Adiko's ADP, right, you're kind of looking at a range of, Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts, Garrett Wilson. If this is not third-round reversal, I'll also include these guys, Saquon, Travis Kelce, T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs. Like, that's kind of the range you're looking at of players on the way back, picking at the 212. So if I'm going to pick at that spot coming back, I think one of the most intriguing ones for me, if I'm starting off with Patrick Mahomes, is in tight end premium leagues taking Travis Kelce and making that pairing. I've seen it done a few times in startups that we've already done, not myself, but with other patrons doing some of these patron leagues. Man, Mahomes, Travis Kelce start. I know it picks your direction because you're spending a second-round startup pick, a late second-round startup pick, but you're spending one on an old tight end. And could Travis Kelce fall off at any given time? Sure. But is that a gamble I want to make? 100%. I think Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce stack in a tight end premium league is just something that's nasty. And I'm going to venture to say that if we were to look at data points across all fantasy football leagues, just looking at the 2022 season, teams that had Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on them probably finished as the 1 seed or the 2 seed more likely than any other pairing in entire football, in the entire, fantasy space. Travis Kelce is another one. If you look at his spike weeks, 12 above average weeks, 8 spike weeks, he gets a score of 22. So this isn't, weighted by position or anything like that. I mean, he's getting a score on my best ball spike weeks, consistency weeks, that's damn near in line with an elite quarterback, right? So 22, if he was a quarterback, as far as that's concerned, would put him QB5, which is insane. And this is just demonstrating the difference between the positions, right? The difference between what like Travis Kelce would score, a tight end would score, a wide receiver, running back, and how many of those times they're scoring consistent weeks, spike weeks, etc. So the next tight end on the list, George Kittle, who really came on strong to end of the year, finished with a score of 13. So another one, like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, massive big differences. So damn, chat's popping. One of these days too. Don't worry about it, folks. I'm gonna figure out how to get the chat on screen and pin messages. So that's a work in progress. I did figure out how to put super chats on the screen, cool notifications. I got a little Antonio Gibson and a sounder. Hopefully that plays if we ever get one of those things. So that should pop up. But Travis Kelce would be my choice, but I don't hate the. I mean, I guess you could go like Saquon. Saquon's good, but still kind of the same thing. You're picking your direction. Like if I have the choice of the two, I'm taking Kelce before I take Saquon, just to pair him with Mahomes to get that stack. Garrett Wilson's fine, I guess. I think he's a little bit overrated. I mean, Kyle Pitts, I could make a case for. that stack is just so appealing. But if you don't want to go to the stack, you want to stay the youth route, Kyle Pitts there at the back end of the second round would be a pretty good one in a tight end premium league. T. Higgins. I really think Tyreek or Stephon just kind of throws it out. Obviously, if Kelsey goes earlier, I've seen some mock drafts where he's going at the late first, early part of the second. So if he's already out of play and you want to stay on the older compete side, Tyreek, Stephon Diggs, pretty good choices right there. Hopefully the guy who's picking at 102, if he takes Josh Allen, doesn't come back with his own nasty stack of Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. But Barkley, Eckler, I guess, could be in play there. If you want to stay on the really used side, one of the ones I'd really like to do is like a Patrick Mahomes Amon-Ra stack. I think Amon-Ra is a little bit underrated. There's a good chance he might be there for you. You could go Kenneth Walker, but I mean, the way we've seen these running backs, the shift in running backs, I think I'd pass. Another good one that I don't think right now until like rookies are in the system fully and people are drafting with rookies, if we're still going to use kickers as placeholders or take those in the draft, I mean, you got a pretty good opportunity of like the 102 or 103 being available there. And for me, I'd love to start Patrick Mahomes 102, Patrick Mahomes 103, something along those lines. If it is not a third round reversal, all those people become in tap. All those players become in play for the double tap. And if you're Matty Kiwoom, our guy, we did a few drafts with him last offseason. We called him Matty Double Tap for a reason. So just go ahead and take him. I do think that just about everything that Adam and I will do as far as startups go, any patron leagues are all going to be third round reversal just because of what I was talking about at the beginning, where Patrick Mahomes is just such a advantage over everybody else. You almost need to make it fair where that 112 now gets the 301. So if you could start literally with Patrick Mahomes in a non-third round reversal, Travis Kelce, and say like Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill, talk about a team set up already. I know you're showing your cards, but talk about something super nasty for 2023. So I really enjoy that start. I think it's a good one. Third round there, you'll be set up. Bijan in Adiko's latest ADP. Let's see if he's got it here. With picks, T-Rock, he's going at the 111. So on this last update, they got the rookie 101 pick going team 11, the 111. So I do have some Adiko's Barry. What I did was I went to his ADP 2023 spreadsheet. Somebody linked it in our Discord. It actually came over from Nate Liss's Discord. Blitzing Buzzard had a link, so I did pin it to a channel. I pulled it up. It wasn't auto-populating all the time, so what I did was make a copy. There's some boxes on the front, the landing page, the refresh table. I just checked all of those. It ran the scripts, and then boom, I had ADP populated. So ADP picks-wise, yeah, he's going at the 111. So if you do keep that in mind, if I'm looking at two different tabs, right, we got grid ADP picks. Grid ADP doesn't have any of the rookies. So what I'm judging off of right there, talking about earlier with Travis Kelce, Garrett Wilson, all those guys, that's where they're going as far as picks are going. The 101, first rounder. The 102, though, is making it to 209. So just kind of keep that in mind. And the 103 is the 302. So you do have that opportunity to kind of get some of those rookie picks if that's what you choose to do with your first and second or your second round startup pick. Travis Kelce falls even farther down to the mid-third. Saquon, 304. Garrett Wilson, 303. Kyle Pitts, 301. Tyreek, 212. So, and Kenneth Walker becomes the 211. So, you do have that opportunity. I don't think Breece Hall will be in your range, though you might do some of these drafts with Adam and I, depending on kind of what we think. I like Breece Hall long-term. I think he's being overdrafted, though. A lot of places he's RB3, RB2, maybe RB1 in some of these drafts. We do have to worry a little bit, though. I mean, we have a bad history of running backs with ACL injuries, right? They start slow. It takes a while. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, he could go like 6 weeks with doing little to nothing. before he's back to being Breece Hall. Or he could be a absolute freak like Saquon Barkley, or he could be a freak like Adrian Peterson was. But those are kind of outliers, and I don't know if you want to bet on them. So Stroud is fine. It's 103. You could maybe get a 212 or 301 at startups. Yeah. So if we look at it then, so if we assume third round reversal, you'll be picking at the 312. So guys in that range. So say you start Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. What are some of the vets that you could be looking at if you want to continue that at the 312? This is kind of an interesting one. Based on Adiko's ADP and based on where we draft and how we draft in our patron startups, there's a lot more panic in the streets on Tua. And I just saw something today. T-Rock was posting in there. Still hasn't cleared concussion protocol yet, 1 month out. A little bit alarming. I'm still in on Tua, though. I'm still in on Tua, and he's going at the 311. So if there was an opportunity where I could start Mahomes, maybe Tyreek or Travis Kelce in this scenario, and then Tua, and lock up 2 top 12 quarterbacks, even if it's QB 12 in people's minds, I think I'd definitely be in on that. As far as like rookie or staying youthful or staying fluid, what Adam likes to talk about, like maybe you start a Mahomes, Amon-Ra, Chris Olave going at the 312, my 22 wide receiver 1, even though me and Adam will fight about this till the death. You could get him at 312. Rookie 104 is going at the 401. DK Metcalf would be a nice one to go with, also on the youthful side, or Devontae Smith, Drake London, if that's your flavor. So all those guys, all those youthful pieces, more into the back end. If you're a Travis Etienne believer and you want to make the jump on running back, you could also do that as well at the 312. If we keep the theme going, all those apply to the 401, which in a third round reversal would be the case as well. Cooper Kupp, kind of an interesting one here too, 402. So think about it from a third round reversal contender. You realistically could start with Mahomes, Kelce, Tua, and Cooper Kupp, and talk about a pretty legit competing roster through 4 rounds. You'll kind of just figure everything out. In best ball, these are the kind of rounds though when I look at, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7. If I can really pivot out of the second, third rounds and get multiple picks in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's where I'm going to do it. That's really what I want to do. I would say with any draft strategy from the 101, once you start to get to these middle rounds, best ball, deeper lineups, etc., these are the kind of ones that I really want to make I want to hammer these mid-round picks and just have a plethora of them. What's Redword's got here? Keep Trade Cut says that Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy is an overpay for Tua. Holy shit. Okay. And Tua and Stafford right now. My offer for Tua got rejected pretty quick, though. Yeah, I imagine. That's Keep Trade Cut for you. I'm alarmed just about Tua as Leo is and Don't Look Up. Very alarmed. Yes. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's not that great. I'm not panicking, though. I'm not going to panic. But these mid-rounds, so 401, like I said, if you want to stay on the youthful side, you're looking at the rookie 104. Some of the other ones that you could be looking at, JMO, if you're a JMO guy, Michael Pittman. There's a lot of these youthful pieces in here. The rookie 107 isn't going until the mid part of the 5th round. So you realistically could just stack the piss out of rookie picks and Patrick Mahomes, which would leave you extremely fluid, which is a good strategy I think I might employ if I do have the 101 at some points. If I don't feel good about trying to make a contender in February, March, I think I'll go rookie picks. So for me, in a third round reversal, it would be Mahomes, the 102 or the 103. Then I have to wait to the 312. Hopefully, he could come back with the 104 and then double tap the 105 as well. That'll give me, let's just say best case scenario, the 3, the 4, and the 5 through 4 rounds. And Patrick Mahomes. On the way back then, on 512, you're probably looking at like the 108, maybe the 107 if you're lucky. So be pretty good to start with all those picks. And then you have all that flexibility to move wherever you want, and you still have Patrick Mahomes, the most valuable piece. If you wanted to actually put youth actual real players. Rookie picks scare you. You are in one of those leagues that doesn't trade or doesn't value them. Kind of those stagnant leagues that some people have talked about and said they've been in. I've been in a few. Didn't want to go into the rookie pick side. Stay on the young side. Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and then like DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith. Those would kind of be the targets I'd be looking for. Let me stack young, ascending wide receivers who are valued, and Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to stay away from running backs, and I'm going to stay away from the scary tight end position. But the good news is a lot of these wide receivers are very, very, very attainable, right? We love Chase, we love Jefferson, and they go accordingly, right? 105, 108. CeeDee Lamb has made it to the 112, A.J. Brown, 201. But the good news is the position's pretty deep, right? You have Waddle, mid-second, Amon-Ra, late second, Garrett Wilson, early third, T. Higgins, mid-third, Chris Olave, late third, DK Metcalf, early fourth, same with Devontae Smith and Drake London. So what else we got here? Wonder if he's actually in concussion protocol, if they're just saying so he never had a chance to get back on the field this year. On the cusp of a Pro Bowl, this comes out. All right. He's not good at flag football and doesn't want to be exposed. There you go. I like that one. He's not good at flag football and doesn't want to be exposed. So that's kind of where you're looking at through 5 rounds. We got any questions? Any comments about like what you would be doing? 101. I think it's pretty resounding that most people are going to take Patrick Mahomes. But what about these middle rounds? What about these second, third, fourth rounds? I would say the biggest thing too, if you got anything, go ahead and type it out. But one of the biggest things I like to do in a startup draft, and we talk about this, and this will be a theme through the entire series that I do, is staying fluid. Mike Liu talked about this way long ago. You know, the old Bruce Lee quote, "Be water." So any startup that I do, I'm going to be water, I'm going to be flexible, and I'm kind of going to see what comes to me. Whether that be trade offers, trade opportunities, getting picks. One of the things we didn't talk about, though, almost forgot, wanted to touch on. You draft Patrick Mahomes at the 101. What would I be looking to do as far as trading back up into the first round, right? So if I just look at ADP-wise, I would say pretty safely you have probably 9 picks. Let's put the number at the 109. At the 109, you can almost guarantee yourself that you will have an opportunity at a second top 8 quarterback. So if you think Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar, and Justin Fields. So if we take that as the 8, the 109 is a pretty fair spot to say, because I do think a Jefferson or a Chase or maybe a Bijan will go in that range as well. The 109 is kind of going to be my de facto target. I'm going to start at the 102 though. Start and send out offers and see what I can finagle as far as getting back up into the first round to double tap quarterback, essentially, to take the 2 studs. So in a start 9, start 10, start 11 lineup league, really just about any lineup league that you're going to be in outside of maybe one of them ridiculous, like start 15, 16s if they exist, I'm going to want 2 elite quarterbacks. And I'll figure the rest of my team out. So what would I offer? My second and third round startup picks, definitely on the table. If somebody wants to take that old, and this is old, hit them with the old the old move of your second and your third round startup pick for their first and fourth. Maybe they don't take it. Maybe they counter back and they'll give you their first and the 6th. I really don't give a shit what they give me outside of, I will give you my second and third round startup picks for your first in any kind of lineup league as long as it's in the top 9, period. I will double tap Mahomes and say like Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar, and even Justin Fields I'll put in that category. I would love to start with 2 of those guys. My second and third, I will take your first as long as it's within the top 8, 9. If you can get anything back on top of their first, right? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. I mean, start high, work your way down, and see what you can get. But I still think that's a win, and I would do it. Best ball leagues. I would say for Allen, Burrow, Hurts, and Herbert. So let's put it at the 105. I would do the same thing for Lawrence, Lamar, Fields. Just because it's best ball leagues, I don't think I'm going to be as greedy to go like I'll give you my second and third for your first. Like that's not my comfort level. I do want some stuff back. Let's say if I can get their 6th round pick, their first and 6th for my second and third, I'd do that. I'd really like to try to get their 4th. Really like to try to get their 5th. But any of those options. So in the first round, if you wanted to do it, Scott has talked about it a billion times, but I think it's 100% correct. Go ahead and try to move up and get 2 elite quarterbacks in the first round. Try to do it. You'll thank yourself. You'll thank me. You'll thank Scott. You'll thank all those people who talk about it, because the easiest thing in Dynasty, in Superflex leagues, is to just be set at quarterback with a couple of elite options, and it gives you all the flexibility to kind of figure the rest out. So let's say that's a scenario where you give up your second and third, and we won't even get anything back, but you get Patrick Mahomes, and let's say you land the 105, and you take Justin Herbert. Mahomes, Herbert. There you are. That's your start. Now what are you looking at when you pick in the 4th round? Well, you're going to be picking at the 401 in a 3rd round reversal. You still get that option of maybe I want to go Cooper Kupp. Maybe I want to go on the older side. Me personally, I would still probably lean towards the youth, and I will start Mahomes, Herbert, DK Metcalf, or Mahomes, Herbert, Devontae Smith, Drake London, one of those receivers. That's where I'm going to roll. And then in the 5th round, when it comes all the way back to me, let's look. We got George Kittle. No. If I'm staying on the youthful side, hopefully like a Michael Pittman, maybe a J-Mo, Treylon Burks, George Pickens, Jerry Jeudy, one of those receivers. That'd kind of be my next target. I'll start with 2 quarterbacks, 2 receivers, and then I'll have the double tap, right, so I can get one more of those guys. I'll probably have 2 quarterbacks, 3 receivers through 6 rounds, 6 picks. Not the worst. I'll take it. All it cost me was the second and third, and I'm going to bet my team still looks as good, if not better, than most teams in the draft. I got quarterbacks locked up. I got a nice jump start on receivers, ones that I like, and then this is where you're kind of going to hammer your value plays. So you could also do it where you hit 2 quarterbacks, 2 elite quarterbacks, and then still do that rookie pick thing, right? A lot of those rookie picks in the mid rounds kind of go undervalued. And right now, just because of their numbers, we can't really actually put names to these players with a whole lot of confidence. I mean, we have some, but things will change drastically. Somebody said on the stream the other night, remember when Isaiah Spiller was RB1 and, Adam and I were talking him up as the 101 pick. Yikes. So, not saying that's going to happen to Bijan or any of these other guys, but we have seen this kind of shit happen to us before. But if you could start like Mahomes, Herbert, and then in the mid rounds, maybe you take the 104, the 105, come back with a 108, 19, 110. All these rookie picks are lasting until the last one right now off the board's going about the mid to late part of the 8th round. So the 112 in 2023, a class we really like, that we think is deep, and players that we really like. Think about that. Rookie picks lasting until the 8th round. And really, any other year, once we get names to them, once we get more clarity to them, I would venture to say that the 112, the 111, the 110, they're going to go in the 6th, 7th round. Happens every year. For those of you that follow Adam and I, we talked about it last year on a podcast where you can specifically see it in Adeko's ADP and just how people value it, but all these rookie picks, when they're just numbers, get bumped up once there's actual player names to it. And some of them move up a whole round, some will move a round and a half, but almost every single one of them moves up as soon as you have a consensus. So if you were to match up the top 12 consensus draft picks in the Superflex rookie draft versus the actual pick numbers from, say, like right now, even towards the end of this month, all those will get moved up. So the 112 slot, whoever that consensus player is, will be drafted higher. So one of the things to keep in mind when we're talking startups right now is these rookie picks are incredible values. I know some people, we were talking in the Savage chat today about Who do I take here? Do I take David Montgomery, and there's a list of other, or the 202 or the 203? It's going to be the pick for me. Pick doesn't get injured. Pick doesn't get suspended. I know, like, some people were like, well, you can get them later. You can get them later. Give me all of them. I'm going to take all of them. I'm going to hoard these rookie picks and just enjoy the value increase. But what else we got here? How are you approaching running backs like Henry, Kamara, Zeke on a contending squad in a startup? Would you rather have the picks for flexibility or rookie running backs? I think this is a little bit what I'm talking about here. I'd rather have the picks for flexibility. I'd rather have that Scott Connor liquidity. Now, I'm not above taking them if they become extreme value. So let's try to match them up here. Like, let me find some of these guys. Derrick Henry, RB16, 605. Rookie picks that are going around him. The 603, you get the 108 pick. 701, the 109. Would I rather have the 108 or the 109 or Derrick Henry? I will take the pick every day of the week. Derrick Henry's fine, but I will take the pick now because that's going up in value. Derrick Henry is not. So when I say that these rookie picks go up in value, what I was just talking about earlier, obviously players have to fall down. So if you look at a startup in, say, over the summertime and you put these rookies in, Derrick Henry is one of those guys who's going to fall down, right? So while the 701 right now, the 109 rookie pick will go up, who do you think comes down, right? It jumps ahead of these kind of guys and they fall back down. So go ahead and take those rookie picks. What else did you list here? Kamara and Zeke. Let's see where Alvin Kamara is. He's going a little bit later. 811, RB22. Still going right after the 112 rookie pick, right before the 201 rookie pick. I will take those picks. And your other one, Zeke. This will be an interesting one because Zeke looked completely washed and horrible. Absolutely horrible. The 206. Now I think this is where you're actually kind of getting the hitting the mark where you could consider Zeke. Do you want the mid-second rookie pick, or do you want Ezekiel Elliott? I think there's a good argument on either side. I still think Zeke is okay. In a best ball league, I think he's completely fine. Lineup league, I'd probably be shitting my pants a little bit more. A little tougher to start, especially after what we just saw. But I wouldn't put it above him to be on a Dallas team next year that still has a good offense. All this talk about him cutting him or letting him go, trading him, whatever, could just be overblown. He's back. He's on a good offense. And maybe without a Tony Pollard. So maybe more of a workload for Zeke. Maybe they bring somebody else in, but he still maintains that short yardage touchdown role. Or a mid-rookie pick. I know Adam would probably say the rookie pick. I would say you at least have a discussion at this point. RB33 for Zeke feels pretty damn low. Pretty damn low. All right. Mike, for auction, what percentage of your budget you spending on Mahomes? Adam and I talked about this the other day. So this is a draft slot series, but we will touch on Mahomes, and then I'll bounce out of here. Holy shit, 35 minutes. I will say this. For me, in most auctions, even best ball auctions, T-Rock, I'm going to allocate probably 60 to 65% of my budget for elite quarterbacks. So if I think about just one of them, for Patrick Mahomes, comfortably, I'm going to go up to 35-40%. So if it's $1,000, I'm going to spend $350 to $400 on Patrick Mahomes comfortably. We're going to have a trade tomorrow. If you guys have seen the trailer for the trade show tomorrow, where there was a massive trade involving Patrick Mahomes in a best ball league, and we had some good discussion on it. But the fact that we're even having a discussion and there's people on the other side who thought that the Patrick Mahomes side might actually win in a best ball league should tell you everything that you need to know. So 35-40% of your budget doesn't sound that crazy. I would spend that comfortably. And if I could walk out of an auction draft, say around the 60% mark, with two of those top 8 options at quarterback, like I was talking about earlier, I'd be over the moon. So I think about 35% is probably a good mark. For Patrick Mahomes, I'll bump that up to 40, and I'm sure you could probably convince me in the auction, the whole buyer's remorse. I have this problem when buying shit off a pristine auction, but this whole like getting into a bidding war, I might push that up to 41, 42 if it just meant locking it up. And hopefully I could adjust later on and get a discount at other spots. But the Patrick price, go ahead and spend it. Go ahead and spend it for Patty Mahomes. So that's where I'm at, T-Rock, in an auction. We should, Adam and I should be doing a series here and doing some talk on some auction draft strategy. I definitely want to do more of those. I think we're going to do a few Patreon leagues that are going to be auction. They're going to be proxy auction, which I really like. So shout out to MFL for that. One of the few times I'll ever shout out to MFL, but that is an incredible system for how they do auction, where you can just, like eBay bids, put in your max bid and see what happens. So that's where I'm at, boys. Hope everything went well. This is the first one, like I said. Hopefully by 12, I have everything lined out. I'm able to highlight chat. I'm able to put it up. No audio issues. No one side of your headphones will I be coming out. It'll be both sides. We'll get both speakers going. This is new for me, running the whole show. I used to do it on StreamYard, but we got rid of that right after I got done with doing the start-sit show, just because I get more customability. Adam's been doing such an incredible job on his eCam, running the whole thing, outro music, intro music, videos. So I definitely want to get into that and be doing more solo content and keep talking to you guys. And thank you so much for helping us hit 1,000. It's been absolutely incredible that we've gotten here. I almost have the official rules done, because we do need an official set of rules for our giveaway. So as soon as I'm complete, everything looks good, and we're not going to get sued off our ass, I will have the video out about how to enter the YouTube giveaway contest, because we got 8 dope-ass prizes that I can't wait to give away to you guys for helping us get here. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to bounce out of here. Love you guys. I will be back next week with the 102, and we can talk about who you're taking there. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts. Got a few of those guys going to be playing on Sunday this week, and we'll see who's going to the Super Bowl out of that group. So it'll be interesting to see if